Next summer, this thing will be coming out because I cannot stress to y'all how bad the mosquitoes are. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Jaleesa. If you're new here, Happy New Year, y'all. It is so good to be talking to y'all in the new year. And in this video, I wanted to go over some of the basic essentials you will need in your household when you are moving out here to Naples, Italy. I want to preference this video and make it clear that me and my family, we currently live off base. So some of the things may not be 100% applicable to any military families that are coming out here and will be direct assigned on base, but honestly, most of them will still come in handy. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. First house essential that you will need, I think it goes without saying, but you will need a universal outlet adapter. If you are coming here from the States, if you didn't know, the outlets in the States are not the same out here in Europe, and you will need an adapter in order to use your electronics. If you're coming out here with record players, blenders, irons, blow dryers, they're not gonna work unless you have a universal outlet converter. If you go check out my travel essential video after this one, I have a link for a universal outlet adapter that I purchased right before we moved out here. Since we've moved out here, we've bought a lot because of course we need them. Right here is an example of one. It has the typical outlet that we're used to back home. You can also find some with USB plugs. And this is the EU outlet that you will become accustomed to moving out here. So you're definitely gonna wanna make sure you stock up on quite a bit of them when you move out here. Now, I do wanna put a little warning and caveat out here. The universal outlet adapters that you can buy online or at like a electronics store, those are really good for your cell phones, for the TV, smaller appliances, but keep in mind, if you plug up like your blow dryer, an iron, heater, those adapters may not work. They may cut your power off. When we first moved into our apartment, I used one of these to plug up an iron, to iron my daughter's uniform, and I blew a circuit, like the power went off. So for the electronics and appliances that you'll be using that require a little bit more oomph, a little bit more power, you're going to need one of these. So we got 2 transformers when we moved into our apartment units. Our landlords provided the transformers. I am going to assume that's a standard and a norm out here, especially if you are moving with the military, that they provide you some form of like a starter lever transformer. But if not, you definitely want to look into getting a transformer, because again, a lot of those appliances that require a little bit more energy, you're going to need a transformer in order to use them, because those little outlet plugs are not going to work. So the second house essential that is a must living here in Naples, Italy, is a Wi-Fi extender. Now, we live in a 1 floor, 1 story, 3 bedroom, 2 bath apartment, and the apartment is super long, and our router is all the way in the back of the house, and we spend most of the time in the front part of our house. So the Wi-Fi is not strong to pump out signal from the back to the front. So in order to help the signal be picked up all throughout the house, you have to get a Wi-Fi extender. We ended up buying one because we were just like, we cannot deal with the low power Wi-Fi for too much longer, but our landlord did offer to supply that for us, but we just didn't take it because we had already went out and bought one. That's another thing. Your landlord may provide a Wi-Fi extender because it's so common out here. Some of the houses we were looking at were 4 stories. So keep in mind, if you get a super big house out here, you are definitely going to need a Wi-Fi extender in order to get signal throughout your house. I don't know, I'm assuming just the way that the houses are built in Italy with concrete and stuff, it is really hard for signal to be picked up throughout the house, and therefore you need a Wi-Fi extender to get signal everywhere in your house. So the next essential you will need are multiple trash cans. I have touched on this in some of my other videos, but recycling out here in Italy is a big deal, y'all. They don't play about recycling. And it's not just what we're used to back home in the States of like trash and then recyclables. And recyclables can be a catch-all with plastic, cardboard, all that. Recycling out here is general trash, compost, paper and cardboard, plastic, glass. I mean, I'm probably missing some components of the trash system because it's just that in depth. So a lot of people out here have multiple trash cans. Even on base, they will issue you at least 4 trash cans, and you are required by law to separate your trash based on the recyclable code. So moving out in town, you have to recycle, and it just makes things a little bit easier and tidy if you have multiple trash cans. We have 5 in our house right now, and sometimes I feel like we could use an extra one. So be prepared to go out and buy a handful of trash cans, y'all. The next essential that I want to talk to you all about, maybe a personal preference, just depending upon your palate. But if you are someone who likes your beverages to be nice and cold, then you're going to want to invest in quite a bit of ice maker trays. In Italy, I dare to say in a lot of parts of Europe, having a drink with a ton of ice is not really a thing here. Not to say that if you go out to a restaurant, you can't get a beverage that has ice in it, but it's very rare. Most times when they serve you beverages, it has no ice, it just is cold. The only time I really see ice in a beverage is when I get like an Aperol Spritz or a limoncello spritzer, but they're just not handing out ice to people. And that's the same thing with your homes. It is not very common to have a refrigerator that has a ice maker. If you're moving out here with the military will provide you all of your appliances. So your wash machine, dryer, oven, microwave, and your refrigerator. And the refrigerator does not come with an ice maker, y'all. So you're going to need to make sure you have ice maker trays. With our refrigerator, we got 2 trays. It's kind of worked out for us. We're not individuals who really like our drinks to be super, super cold. I only use the ice to make cocktails. That's about it. And I keep a little mixing bowl in the freezer and I just accumulate ice. So it's already ready and made. So that's kind of like my makeshift ice maker. But if you're someone who's like, I need to have a cold beverage, I cannot have warm beverage, then you are going to want to go out and buy some when you get here, because an ice maker is not a big thing here, y'all. So a house essential that was new for me when we moved into our house is dishwasher salt. If you are blessed to have an apartment that has a dishwasher, because if I'm not mistaken, if my memory is accurate, a lot of, or some of the apartments that we saw during our house hunt did not have a dishwasher. So if you do have a dishwasher, then you will have to use dishwasher salt. So the reason why you use dishwasher salt in the dishwasher is it helps to prevent lime scale on your dishes. It softens the water and it helps to ensure your dishes come out a little bit cleaner. You just put a little spoonful in there prior to running the dishwasher along with the dishwashing pod or whatever detergent you'll be using, and you run it. This is what dishwashing salt looks like. You know, just comes out nice ground up dishwashing salt. But again, that was something new for me that I didn't know about until we moved out here. So if you are blessed to have a apartment or a home that has a dishwasher, that is something that you will have to pick up from the store. And I'll say it lasts a long time. That box we have had since we moved in here, and it's been about 4 months and we haven't had to buy another box. So It lasts a long time. The next housing essentials, these can be looked at as maybe a personal preference or maybe not an essential, but it wouldn't be a bad idea and it won't hurt you if you get these things. The next two are clothespins and reusable bags. Now, why do you need clothespins and reusable bags? In my personal opinion, the dryers that are supplied to you are horrible. The dryers are just horrible. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Just gonna go ahead and put it out there. We have a candy dryer. We have been using it since we moved in, and it seems like we have to start the dryer like 5 times for it just to make our clothes damp. That's not even to like thoroughly dry it. It's hard as I don't know what to even figure out how to use it, and then it just takes forever for it to just barely dry our clothes. And right before Christmas break, it decided to die on us. So a lot of the locals, a lot of the Italians here, they air dry their stuff. Literally, it's like clockwork. They wake up in the morning, wash, and hang their stuff out on the line all day and then pull it off by night. And I have just adopted just hang drying my clothes. Now my husband, he does continue to go to base and use the washer and dryers on base, but I've just never been someone who personally likes to go to laundromats. I don't like it. The idea of having to be chained to a laundromat for an hour and a half to 2 hours to wash clothes has never sat well with me, so I refuse. I just hang dry it. But it's all in personal preference. I have coworkers who love their dryers. Oh, this is the best dryer ever. So maybe we just got a bad dryer. We actually need to call the base and get a new one, but I'm just gonna stand on the fact that the dryer's out here. So want to add just an additional house essential. If you are going to adopt the practice of air drying your clothes along with clothespins, it's not a bad idea to get a foldable, portable, hanging clothes rack. You can get it here at Happy Casa. I bought one for 20 euros, and it allows you to be able to still wash and dry your clothes even if it rains. I cannot tell you how many times I have hung clothes out on the clothesline to dry, and then it rains and I'm coming home from work, or I ran out real quick and my clothes are on the clothesline getting wet again. So it is a great idea to have one of those in-house clothes racks. If you plan on buying groceries out in the local Italian grocery stores, and I would say you should, because the commissary is trash. Prices and quality, in my opinion, not the greatest. But if you plan on buying groceries out in the local economy, they are all about using reusable bags. They do have plastic bags at the grocery stores, but they charge you for them. It's about 10 cents a bag. And not only just the grocery store, but even at the mall. So when you go shopping at the mall, I actually did a video of my shopping experience here in Italy, so check that out after this video. But if you go shopping at the mall, you get charged for bags. So it's good to buy a nice shopping bag, like a clothes shopping bag. I got a big bag from Primark, and every time I go to the mall, I take my big Primark bag, and every store I go to, I just dump my stuff in that bag. So they're really big on reusable bags out here, and the same is said for grocery stores. You can buy their plastic bags, but like I said, they're 10 cents a bag, and I feel like the plastic bags are a lot thinner than what we're used to back in the States. Now, if you do plan on going to the commissary and doing your grocery shopping, the commissary still, supplies and provides plastic bags. So if you're gonna be doing grocery shopping on base, you don't have to use reusable bags, but it's still a good practice. This is not negotiable. The next housing essential is you need things to kill these mosquitoes, y'all. When I tell you the mosquitoes out here are no joke, they are worse than like the mosquitoes down south. And I'm talking about like down in the dirty south. These mosquitoes out here are a different type of breed. Mosquitoes out here are horrible, and it doesn't matter if you're on base or off base. I've seen people on base, off base complaining about the mosquitoes out here. It is really bad. Now it is winter time, so the mosquitoes are not as bad, but when summer hits, y'all, the mosquitoes are horrible. Now, to help combat some of the mosquitoes, your house should come with like a screen door, or a screen like pulley thing. I don't know the correct terminology right now off the top of my head. So make sure anytime you are in and out of your house, especially like washing your clothes, you always close that with a quickness, because the mosquitoes, again, are no joke. Another thing that will help is if you get a fly swatter. That's something our realtor had recommended, keeping a fly swatter on hand. You can also get like the killing spray thing. I have a thing like that, and in the summertime, y'all, I was dousing the house with that mosquito spray because the mosquitoes tore me up this summer. They were bad. Highly recommend anyone using to help with the mosquito problem out here are these vapes. These are outlet plugs that you get. I get mine from Conab, but you can get them from the grocery stores out here, and you just plug them up in your outlet and they let out some disinfectant to kill and help keep the mosquitoes at bay. I feel like since I have been keeping these in the house, and I keep them near our doors or windows, wherever we open it up and mosquitoes can come in, it's really helped to combat the mosquito issues in the summertime. Something else that I would recommend, I have not used it yet, but baby, when the summertime hits, I'm going to pull this bad boy out, and it is a mosquito trap. It's like the little neon light thing that kills the bugs. I bought one of these online. I have not opened this bad boy up yet. I kind of bought it like at the tail end of summertime. And by then I had already started using the outlet plug. So I kind of felt like it wasn't an urgency as much, but next summer, this thing will be coming out, because I cannot stress to y'all how bad the mosquitoes are. Just don't play around with them. Get yourself some mosquito liquid trap, a fly swatter, anything, because these mosquitoes are no joke. You will walk outside and come back in and you'll be itching and be like, dang, where was I? Like, where was the mosquito that tore me up? That's how bad the mosquitoes are in the summertime. And the very last essential is a dehumidifier, y'all. That is a must, especially if you're gonna be living off base. I can't speak for how the moisture in the air works on base, but off base, a lot of the bathrooms don't have windows. Our back bathroom is kind of all the way in the back, no window. Next to our closet, it just gets very, very dark in there, and moisture stays in the air after we take a shower, and that causes for mold to build up. So you're gonna want to get a dehumidifier to kind of suck all of that moisture out of the air. We were provided a dehumidifier by our landlord, so that may be a common thing. It's something worth asking if you are going to get off-base housing, but it is very common. I've talked to co-workers who have had to stay on their landlords because there's no window in the bathroom, and it is like common. The landlords will tell you like it's easy for mold to grow and build up in the bathroom if you don't have a window open or if you don't have a dehumidifier running to suck that moisture out the air. So that is something you're going to need to have to ensure that mold is not growing in your bathroom, y'all, because it's kind of nasty. Ooh. That's it for all of my basic housing essentials that you will need when coming out here to Naples, Italy. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you like it. Liking it helps me to grow as a channel. Comment any additional questions you may have below, and subscribe, you all. If you want to hear my detailed breakdown on the housing process out here in Naples, Italy, if you are a military family or if you're coming out here not affiliated to the military, again, I did kind of cover and show some of the standard houses is that you can expect when coming out here, definitely check that video out now, and some other helpful informational videos I have just about getting acclimated to Naples, Italy. So check it out. Again, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will see you in the next video below.